What's going on, world? Season 5, episode 2 of our sneak peek series is officially in motion. I'm your host, George Kill, and up next is the first rock band member we've ever featured in the series, Zach Myers, the guitarist from the rock band Shinedown. Check out his amazing stash of forgotten Jordans, player exclusives, and overall undeniable passion for sneakers. All right, people, we're here with Zach Myers, the guitarist from the rock band Shinedown. How you doing, man?
What's up, man? How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. So I think I speak for everyone out there. I didn't know rock band members were into shoes.
I don't know that necessarily most of them are. I think I might be a rare breed. I don't think I'm of one, but I think I might be a rare breed in this world of it.
Yeah,
for sure.
You're definitely one of a kind. I didn't expect this, but we're interested to see what you have in there.
Absolutely. Let's go check it out.
Cool.
This was just a floored attic. It was just like you would walk up in your attic and there's just wood and basically how you build a movie set is how we built this. I loved Michael Jordan growing up, you know, and for me that was like the real superhero. It was like the real life Batman. It was like somebody that you could be, you could aspire to be. That symbol meant everything to me.
I know you paid attention to some of the sneak peeks, and
Yeah.
I'm seeing some stuff that I've never seen in any other episode, so I want you to start with those.
Well, I don't know how many of these we've seen. These are OG 85, obviously more. The undefeated fives. This is one of my favorite fives by a long shot. I just think it's crazy that usually now you think of like undefeated fours and stuff that sells for so much money. This was like a super slept on shoe. The Green Bean 5.2, which I thought was, if you think about the craze now around the 3M shoe, with having a 3M upper and a 3M toe box and all that, everything being 3M, like with the new 5 labs and 3 labs that come out, like as much as people slept on this shoe, like this was the first like 3M Jordan that was like 3M all the way through. The burgundies, which I know you talked about last night, it's like one of your favorite. I think these are getting more popular now, but when these came out, like these things set on shelves. Like I got these in a store. The cool gray 4s, or just I call them gray 4s, wolf gray 4s. These are kind of worn in. I actually just got these not that long ago. Shout out to James. I need kicks. He hooked me up with these. I made friends with Troy from Picasso Customs. He came out to a show and he just brought me these. I didn't give him a base shoe. I didn't give him anything. Most customs you see that paint's just kind of like caked on. Like these are just, they're done so well with like the griminess and like everything coming down. I wear Jordans on stage too, so like I'm not a kicks on court candidate, but I can definitely be a kicks on stage. This is a Thunder 11 that he did with the yellow. Shanghai's another great shoe. I think that's probably one of my favorite fives. Raging Bull or Toro, or I've worn these a lot. This is I think a Revolution 4, so the Yeezy. It almost looks like a Bo Jackson shoe. I'm a big Bo Jackson fan.
What are some shoes that you like to perform in?
It's crazy. Like I'm so glad that these came back, like these 2s. My tour shoe for a long time, Crimson 3, which I think, even though it's not an original colorway, like got completely overlooked. This thing is super beat up. These have been toured in a lot. This is obviously a classic black cement. I love this shoe. I had an original of this when I was a kid. Next tour, I'm gonna break out a couple different things and try to go big and see if I can make it onto a Nice Kicks website. When I was growing up, like Michael first, always. Then Bo, Mark McGuire was a big, and Deion Sanders. Like those are like my 4. Like, so anything that I can get by them. It's got the 34 in there. On the back, it's got 1990 to 2010, so 20 years, and then Nike training. Most comfortable shoe I own. Bono's broken bats. In Memphis, I think like people really rely on J's, and I think they go, okay, it's not a Jordan, I want to sleep on. So like these things sold out online in like seconds. And I got home like a week later from like a little solo tour that I was doing. I walked into City Gear in Memphis and they had these for sitting there. I thought these would be more comfortable. And I know if you've seen Sneak Peek, you've seen the Perfect Pairs, which is my favorite by a long shot, we talked about it. But I wear every pair of shoes. If there's a shoe in here by chance that hasn't been worn, it's just because I haven't gotten around to wearing it. These are the Memphis Tiger pennies. Being from Memphis, you gotta have these. Being a Tigers fan, being a Grizzlies fan. It's funny because me and my little brother sit like right courtside at the games, and Penny sits right in front of us. And I have never, like when he's at a game, like I'll be like, all right, he's coming to a game. I'm gonna wear my pennies, or I'm gonna wear my foams. I'm gonna get him to sign them. Like I'm never wearing them. I'm putting foams in my car. I'm just gonna put foams in my car. If he's there, I'm gonna get him to sign them. And I've met him 100 times. He's the nicest guy in the world. This penny pack that came out, except being from Memphis, like all the Memphis colors, and then you got little pennies in here. I just haven't gotten around to wearing these yet. They just came out too, so little pennies. He wore these to a game like 5 months ago, and I was like, I don't know what those are, but like I gotta get them. I'm kind of new into foams, just because they're kind of heavy for me. So I haven't seen this one yet on here yet. I've seen people with the 3s and the 4s, which I have the 5s. Like I said, I just sent those. A buddy of mine's doing a photo shoot, so he's got my Oregon 5s. My thing too about collecting Jordans is, like I said, it's about the Jordan name. And I've never been a hype guy. Like, I've seen so many shoes that have come out that have so much hype around them that people just die over, and they sell out in seconds. And I'm not gonna buy a shoe just because that's what's cool and that's what everybody's talking about. Like I buy the shoes that I want. There's people out here that collect shoes, and they'll buy a shoe, they'll go outside, they'll put it on their feet, and they won't move. They'll take a picture for Instagram, and then they'll sell the shoe. I don't understand that. Getting to that, what I was saying is this is not a hype shoe. This is like such a well-made shoe. Obviously, there's stuff that I love, the easy stuff. Like I was telling you, like for me, like I want some of the stuff that he did not for Nike. A lot of stuff ships from Memphis. There was like 40 pair for sale. Like when I got those, there was like 40 pair for sale, like no box, like just like, hey man, I got these out of the factory. And like this was in like December. This was super overlooked. Like with the green, and like anytime anything's like a gum sole, like my favorite. I think the Dornbecker thing is just a great idea. I think the fact that kids get to go in and like design a shoe, like that means the world to me, that they would do something like that. And 6 is like maybe my least favorite shoe. This is my favorite. This is my favorite Jordan. And we've talked about these, the Brazils. I was so shocked at how much these things glowed when they came out. And so I've worn, like, wear your shoes. The Ray Allen 13s. These are actually worn too. These are actually really rare because there's, I think, one of either 500 or 1,000. The DeLorean Dunk with the tail. I love that the tail lights are on the bottom. This is a gift from Troy Cole from Picasso. I think these are like 2002. All hemp. SBs. I love this shoe. This is an older one too. This wasn't the last re-release, but the one before that. The Tinker series for me, like I think he's just a genius personally. When I was growing up too, when I was a kid, we couldn't afford, like, I was an only child between my mom and my dad, but my mom remarried, and there was 5 of us, 5 boys. So, you can't get 5 boys Air Jordans, not when they all want them. So we would get them when we could, but I definitely couldn't get all the ones that I wanted. So when I got, when the band started doing well, I got back into shoes probably, 10 years ago. There's a few Lebrons, like I said. We got the pack here. I really like the 11s actually. I know that he's not playing in them a lot. I've seen 2 versions of this shoe. I know Kenny had one with the red tongue and the black, and I've seen another NBA guy who had these with the black tongue, like these, with the outlines.
It's only fitting that you're a Memphis native and you have your blue suede shoes.
Yeah, these are super comfortable actually. I posted these one day and somebody was like, oh, blue suede shoes. I was like, right, I didn't even realize that. The Area 72. I just thought the whole thing around these shoes was great. Growing up here and as a musician, like all the music and Elvis and all that stuff meant the world to me. So just the culture of the people here, just hardworking, blue collar, great people. And then when we got the basketball team, for me, like that changed everything. I realized this when I was putting this up here. This is the last jersey he ever wore as a Grizzly. He signed it for me. And then this is a game worn Quincy Pondexter, another good buddy of mine. They made me a Myers jersey, which was pretty cool. Bronson Arroyo, buddy of mine from the Reds. Well, now he's from Arizona. This basketball signed by the West All-Stars, 2012 West All-Stars. Game ball, Rob Baronis, 2012 Tennessee Titans. game worn Barones cleat, the 2 Mariano Rivera signed balls. This is actually one of the last balls he threw. I think it was maybe from one of the last games. My signed Randy Johnson balls, 2001 World Series winner, and then he put 5-time Cy Young. Randy's a fantastic live concert photographer. These mean a lot to me that Randy came out and shot our show and like not just saying this, like an actual, like a really good live photographer. Like, I mean,
who would have thought?
That's his thing, man. He travels all over the world shooting photos. So shout out to Randy Johnson.
You're a rock band member. You're in the Jays. Shane Battier is one of your best friends, and you have Kevin Martin PEs. Explain that.
So these are all Kevin Martin's PEs from the playoffs his last year as a Thunder player. I don't know if I can explain how I got them. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. There's these with the orthotics left in them. Same thing, sample. Some of my favorite shoes. Old school Air Force Ones, the old wood grain. Like you look like your grandma's steering wheel, you know what I mean? So these are super old. The West, which these are a little Lakery for me. I think these may be some Olympic. Yeah, the Olympic ones with the gray upper, I like those. I love Vandals. I think Vandals are, I also, when I was a kid, I was big into skateboarding. So I skateboard, I still do. Some Vandal IDs. Memphis on this one, the other one has Tigers. Some Dunks, Myers 83. I always wished I was a basketball player, but I'm 5'8" and Caucasian. These actually were made for me. When our 4th record came out, our 3rd record, sorry, Sound of Madness, these are 6.0s. And then the Black Knights, when we were on a tour called Carnival of Madness, we had a red night, a white night, a black night that we wore shoes for. This is a 1-of-1 Adidas. We played in Germany, and some of the guys came out and brought me these. These are the first playoff 11s, and you could get them at a department store. Never worn, original bread. I call them playoff 11s though. I don't call them breads. But April 28th, 1996. These two, these are still DS as well. Peel off stickers and all that on. So, which I like this shoe when it came out. It's got a little bit of yellow, even though it's never been worn. But when you come back down, you see the P's that are my pride and joy. Kobe 4, playoff worn, which maybe finals worn, I think we were talking about. So I think this is the shoe that people have tried to buy off me the most. These were the game where we beat the Thunder in the playoffs last year. These things are huge. I didn't realize his feet were that big. And these are Lou Williams P, Lebron, and he's got Louisville on there, and then he's got a couple other Nike ID logos on the side. Zach Randolph P's. I got the Zebo on the tongue. Like I said, I'm a big Memphis Grizzlies fan.
All right, Zach, you have some pretty awesome stuff in here. And I like it that you have stuff that you like. Is there another collection that you have?
Yeah, this is the job that I'm blessed to do, and I think I kick myself once a day knowing that I wake up in the morning and all I have to do is something that I'd be doing. Even if I was homeless, I'd still be playing guitar. I probably got close to 200 guitars. I actually just sold a bunch. PRS made me this. That's obviously not for resale, so don't sue us, Louis Vuitton. You can't buy this, so it's the same. It's the Louis logos, and except for they did the ZM instead of the LV. This is my signature model that's for sale now, actually. They sell this in the stores. So this is a Zach Myers PRS signature hollow body. My grandmother, and how she would kill me if she knew if I bought a pair of shoes and never wore them. So when she passed 2 years ago, they made me this guitar for her, which is one of the most beautiful guitars I've ever seen.
I appreciate you opening your home,
no
man,
problem,
letting us see.
Thanks for coming by.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys could make it to Memphis, and I'm glad I could be the first rock guy.
Rock guy, season the first.
And to do it on my own with I see all these sports guys that have all this stuff that they get given to them. I'm like, oh man, I should have been an athlete.